Right. Good morning, everyone. Good evening, wherever you're tuning in from. We are going to get right to it. One thing that I want to mention, you guys have to keep in mind, is even though we are not on the stream, does not mean that I or the team is working on our phones. At all times, if there is no stream, more than likely we're looking at the charts on our phones. So, go in our Discord to the resources channel and download all of the apps that you need so that whenever you join the stream, you can follow along on your phone and or computer. So this is what I want to explain for the day. We might not be trading here on the stream, but I am definitely going to be breaking down my analysis that I had this morning while I was cuddled in my bed. Alarm goes off, I start looking at the charts, and come 6:30, 6:45, the market was already dropping right here on this candle. So I rose out of my sleep and I immediately started analyzing, seeing what the chart was doing, what it did from London session all the way to Asian session last night. We were here, we broke all of that down, so tune into the previous stream to get that update and the trade that went through. So going through Asian, London session, and then now to New York session, come 6:30 to 6:45, we broke the 114.360 level, which was our main support level for the daily on January 13th, last night. So Asian session last night was January 13th. So that was our main resistance support level that we had to break. We had resistance that formed at 114.7. We'll say 114.7 as the whole number because that is the strongest level out of all the numbers. Whole numbers are your strongest levels because if you go on your higher time frames, you'll see that it only categorizes in higher whole numbers. It's not going to break it down to your 935 or 945, 46, 47. It's going to be whole numbers. So those are going to be your major levels you need to keep an eye on throughout your analysis to know how are the support and resistances holding, to know how to manage your trades. Because that's what it comes down to, is even though you're in the trade and you're profiting the trade, you also need to know how to manage it based on the fluctuation of the market in the volatile time that we are trying to trade, which is New York session. We have to mark out our times at 15. This is going off of server times, world server times. So whenever I'm mentioning this, this is going to be the bottom numbers of the chart here. This is your market time. This isn't going off of your local time. This is going off of world time, because the same time I'm seeing on the chart is the same time you're seeing, even though we live across the world from each other. I'm Central Standard Time. If somebody's Eastern Standard Time, then we would see the same time, because this all goes off of the market clock. So if you see on the right above me here, it is the market clock that shows you a 24-hour time frame of all of the sessions playing through, so that we know how to and when to enter the market. Because why would we trade a currency that is not trading? If Wall Street is all sleeping and in their bed at home, why would their computers at work be running to trade the world market? That's how you have to think about this. Wall Street at night for Central Standard Time is not open. So why are we trading in favor for the US dollar if the other currency pair, which might be Asian or London, if Wall Street is closed in New York, does that have more strength compared to the US dollar, being that the US dollar is not active and not as volatile as a normal day for New York session? So that's how you have to play all of this through. So coming through New York session open at 7 o'clock, we know that's the last hour candle of our 4-hour candle. So 8 o'clock is the open of the 4-hour candle. So we are waiting for the support or resistance to be broken so that once the new 4-hour candle opens, we know where the momentum is and probabilities we can solve to get to that level of retest. So all of our students that tuned in last year, 2021, you heard us mention a lot about wick fills in momentum. We're waiting for the market to show us the direction, give us a wick in the direction, and then once our session times open, execute in that direction based off the momentum of the volatility of that session. That's what we're chasing, is the volatility. We want to have all the probabilities solved on what's the levels we need to keep an eye on mentally to already be in the market before the session even pushes for the day. And this is another thing. I see a lot of people looking for such a large move in the market to try to get as much reward out of the trade. Wall Street, Asian banks, London banks, they're trading with millions and trillions of dollars. They don't need the market to trade such a large amount in percentage to get such a large percentage reward. They already have money that they don't need leverage like somebody like you and I do, because we don't have the millions of dollars of capital. We're not working with financial management, hedge funds and bonds options. We're not working with that. We're just individuals that are putting our investment money into an account. So that's why our broker leverages the money, so that we can trade such large lot sizes in such a large market. This is a $5.3 trillion market. So what is our $100 account going to do? We have it leveraged 1 to 500 so that every dollar is $500 in the market. That's where our margin comes from and our equity. This is all leverage of our broker paying us for the trades. And that's why we pay commissions and your swap fees and all of that. That's where all of that comes into play. And that'll come later on. But we can't look at such large movements like it's going to happen every time, or even if it's going to happen. We're only expecting 10 pips out of every trade we get. If we get more, great. That's a bonus for your capital. Take whatever amount you have under a whole dollar, take it out, withdraw it, put it in your account, leave the rest. That was a bonus that you got, but you got your 10 pips, but you got more. So that's what we're doing. We're only expecting 10 pips. The market's not going to move that 100, 150, 200 like we saw last night every single time. It's not going to do that, especially based off of fundamentals, because the fundamentals build up over the month to affect it in a certain way. That's why NFP, non-farm payroll, is all of your unemployment rates. That comes strategically on a certain day every second week of the month to plant the support and resistance that it needs for the rest of the month on something that happened last month and then what's going to happen next month. So all of the fundamentals build up for your technicals. It's just time that comes through, and each session's going to have its own personality to trade the market on how it's going to move and what it's going to do. So just don't expect the market to move so much. We're not looking at these crazy price movements. If you can analyze something and there's a potential of 10 pips to 11, I would say take it, because there is a way to manage your risk and get the reward, and then you can set your stop losses properly, and then if the market keeps going, it's just gonna automatically follow it. And that's another good thing about trading on the computer is if you have a mouse and you click the right button, you have the option to set an automatic stop loss. On your phone, you have to manually type it into a contract every single time to edit and manage that trade. On the computer, all you have to do is set an automatic stop loss and the market's just going to follow it. So on the live streams, on the phone, and you see the automatic stop losses just pop up there automatically without me doing the contract on the phone, is because I already had it set on my computer to do that and automatically move the stop losses where they needed to go. But it's only enabled on the mouse, only on the right click of the mouse. You have to set it. So that's one excuse me, that's one of the good things about trading on a computer is you have that option. I don't have to sit there and waste those valuable seconds typing some numbers. If I could have gotten a better manual exit, which happens a lot because a candle will finish pushing the liquidity out of it, and it'll have this substantial push, and come the end of the candle, it's already pulled like 50% back. So if instead of typing that stop loss, I could have just got a manual entry and possibly doubled or tripled my gain, my profit. So that's the bad thing. Even, and this is another reason why we don't stream 100%. If I know there's a trade and I know I have to get in right now, it happened multiple times, guys. I'm trying to set up the stream and I'm losing those valuable seconds that I need to get that sniper entry to get the trades that I'm looking for the day. This is like I'm looking at this from 4 o'clock in the morning to now, come 8 o'clock, when I finally decide to do the stream, and I'm able to explain everything that happened so that when it comes in the future, you know how to see it. Because you aren't going to get the same entries here on the stream. I'm sorry, it's just not going to happen. If you follow me to the T, you still will not be able to get the same entries as me. So that's the lag between my streaming, YouTube showing it to you, and then you being able to translate everything I'm talking about and being able to set that trade. You already have to develop those capabilities of seeing it on the chart and knowing how to execute it. And that's what we're doing in Bankroll Solutions. We're here to show you, we're teaching you. You teach a man how to fish and you feed him for a lifetime. It doesn't pay to feed you for a day. We might as well feed you for a lifetime so that you can go and help somebody else. We're just here to show you to start analyzing and be capable of executing trades properly so that you can minimize all the risk that I'm sure all of you guys have taken in other groups or just trying to trade by yourself. I know how it feels. I know how it feels to lose a lot of money. But it took time. It's taken notebooks on notebooks of just sitting there writing and studying and analyzing to know and be able to develop a snap of the finger. Okay, this candle did this, so this is more than likely to happen this. And studying one thing for so long, you see those characteristics of how the market moves for those sessions each time. Each currency has its own characteristic. So come USD JPY, we have certain candlesticks that we do look for. We don't look for patterns or trends or stuff like that. We're trading support and resistance, which is our basic market lingo. Ceiling, floor, resistance, support. All we're doing is analyzing off of that and just waiting for the market to tell us what it's doing, so that we're minimizing the guessing risk of losing our money. We're not gambling it. We're not sitting here at a casino waiting for the next card, not even knowing what it is. We can see from the beginning of this entire market in 1973, we have the probabilities on our side. It's just the potential to solve them. History repeats itself. We're studying what the price has already done and what it's bound to do again, because there's only two ways it can go, up or down. And more than likely, in momentum and the consecutive direction, the odds are it's going to continue. So all we're doing is doing those basic support and resistance identifying and waiting for the candles to tell us what the market is going to do, and then we execute. It takes all the other risk out. If we did all three of those, more than likely your trade's going to go through, as long as you use the correct risk management. Because if you're trading $100 account and you're using 0.5, trying to use a whole lot size, that's bad risk management. You're already using up all your margin and equity in the account to even hold the fluctuations that the market is about to do. And if you watch our streams before, you can see that the market does do some crazy things. And it's all about being a part of it, being able to read it, knowing when's the best time and what's the odds of that happening again. So you just get in and get out, and you're able to capitalize on the capital you're building already. So let's begin our analysis on what we saw today. Right now it is currently 8:17. We did break the previous support at 114.2. So there is a possibility that this 4-hour candle is going to start pushing through here. Let's look to our left and see where is the next one. That's going to be 114.0. We might as well say that. So in this area, if the 4-hour can break that, then let's wait for this 30-minute before we even think about an execution. But we already traded this morning. I already got my trades secured. They're done. The day is over with. I came here to do a stream so that I can explain what I did and how I executed. Got in and out in the momentum, and I got what I needed. We were looking for the 10 pips. We got it. Done. Boom. All right, so it's January 13th, 2022. New York session. Let's see. And the phone does give a lot of quick detail, so I can see all of the numbers that I need, everything, from entry, exit, time, and profit, credit, deposit, withdrawal, balance. Like, it's all right there immediately. So instead of going through my whole list on my computer, you will see me checking my phone. The phone is important to me. That's where I learned, how I started, and then I graduated to a computer, much larger computer. It does help with the scaling, but if you know how to identify and break down the chart, you are able to trade off of your phone. A lot of people don't recommend it, but I'm different. I'm an animal at trading. I learned off of my phone. Everything was off of that. So I transferred all of my skill to the computer, and it kind of just opened it up. I could see it on a much larger scale, but I still do all of my executions and all of my history on my phone because it's just quick. It's right there. It's easy, and it's what I'm used to. So you will see me checking it quite often. I'm not just playing on my phone. What you see on the stream right now is on my phone as well. So come 7 o'clock, we got the New York session open. So at 6:30, 6:45, saw market dropping through 114.36. Zero. As a momentum possibility. And I know there's a retest, so market always retests. If you see a support and resistance, a major level get broken, the market will retest it. Okay, so it was actually at 7:08. So on this candle right here, this is where my entry was. This candle. So I entered on that candle at this level. $114.350. Right here. Now I'll show you what happened. Bring my 1 minute, 5 minute back into the picture. So on the 5 minute, you can see this is where I entered. The price was all right here, and this is the candle right there. So the time was 13:08. I could pull that up with the 1 minute chart. Take it off. All right, 13:08. Right there. That candle right there. And if I would have waited just 1 more minute, I could have got the best possible entry you could have out of the whole entire trade. 1 more minute. But this candle closed, and you can see the next one open, and we started pushing through our 1 114.315 level. So at 7:08, trade executed as price pushed through support at 114.315. All right. So now, being that we did, let's go back to our higher time frame. This is what the candles are looking like. Because we're not trading off the 1 minute and 5 minute. We're trading off 15, 30 minute, hour, whatever your preference is, but we're using 15 minute and hour. We're in this candle right here. I don't know if you can still see the little arrow, but it's right there. This is how the 15-minute candle is forming. So going back to 6:30, 6:45, this is this candle, this much larger candle. This is where our momentum is coming through, and the idea of a continued momentum is coming from. So once the New York session is open, I know that there is a much larger potential to keep pushing downward in momentum and continue for the New York session, which is what's happening right now. We did have a retest in the meantime, but I was already out of the market. I was already on my way here. I don't look at my phone while I'm driving. I'm already exited the market. My bags are secured before I even leave the house. So as the market started dropping, I'm already in the market above this line, above the 315 line, so that once it finally pushed through, I'm already in profits. I can already get that mental idea where I'm going to start putting my stop losses if I need them, and how to manage the trade so that I can maximize my reward. So the next candle, we have the next 5-minute candle, breaks through, pushes down, we're in profit. Next one opens up, and I see that we still have potential, because coming off to the left, 114.2 is our next, or higher time frame. 114.2 is our next support level that has to be touched. So right here, all in this area, and you can see price is already there. Price is already testing these levels. So that was the entire move. That's 113 pips. So if you caught that, you got an extra 13. Congratulations. Let's get a round of applause in the effing chat. Great job, everybody. So if you followed along, you would already be 113 points up. But all we're doing at the moment is looking off to the left. Where's our next support level? Look at what happened all through yesterday. We had over 1,000 pip drop yesterday, and that came out of nowhere because fundamentals on our fundamental channel, that showed that the market was going to go up. But this is what I explained yesterday. Fundamentals are only 20% of the analysis. You shouldn't base the trades off of the fundamental part of the analysis. You base the trades off the technicals and what the chart is telling you at the moment. What are the probabilities of it doing what you think it's going to do in the next 5, 10, 15, 30 hour? What are those probabilities? Solve them and then execute. And this, everything we were just talking about, coming down from 114.315 all the way down to 114.2, that was our next support level all the way to the left. That's not even the next 4-hour candle that opens at 8 o'clock. So the next 4-hour opened here. So right here at 8 o'clock. So now it's just retesting all of the push that the previous 4-hour made. This entire level here, let's mark it all out. We had 8, 5, 4 o'clock right here. From here to here. That's the entire range of the previous 4-hour candle. So now this candle right now, the 4-hour candle, it's only 8:30. All it's doing is retesting that closing area to see, are we going to go lower or are we going to come back to the 114.315 area to test resistance, which is on the lower side of the probability, because look how much momentum we have coming from yesterday. Over 1,000 pips. We still have 2 days of the week left. And we've already broken 114.2. There is a wick on the bottom side of it, but we haven't closed yet. So if there's any more potential out of the trade that has gone through so far, we're just waiting for the candle to close below 114.2. If it can do that, then it's going to continue down to 114.0. And all we have to do is look left. It could potentially go lower than that. It's looking left. Yeah, 114.0. That's where all of our support is over on this side. So if it came from this level and pushed up this much, we're going to have some support right here. Kind of slow it down. It's going to test these levels. So that was our trade for January 13th. We had 2 open, 2.5s at, I'm sorry, we had 1.5 open at 114.315, and then we had another 0.5 open at 114.311. So as soon as we broke below that one, that 114.315 support, I placed another 0.5 so that it can continue in the momentum. Therefore, I pretty much doubled my profit and got the maximum reward out of the entire analysis because it went in my favor. So let's go to the FX book. So this is what happened yesterday. We're up 13.02% as of last night. This is the chart from last night. So we are going to go through. Let's finish our notes. So it's currently 8:34. price is currently at 114.192. Got out at we're in at 315, 311, and we're out 114.28 on both of them. So we are going to go ahead and reload our FX book and our profit. Our gain is 23.14%. We are up 0.75% for the day and 23.14% for the month. Let's get some chings in the chat and a round of applause for everybody who has been following along. And a huge thank you for everybody tuning in to this new session and all the people here for 2022. We thank you all for being here. And we can't wait to finally get this thing going and finally taking trips and being able to see all you guys. It's just going to be awesome. We can't wait to show you what we have planned. Let's go ahead and make our updates in our Discord. And we will start going over all the questions that you guys did send for the phase 1 and phase 2 forums. We didn't forget about any of that. We still are just going through it, figuring best ways to incorporate everyone's questions into the presentation pretty much. And we are going to be going over some of those questions in the stream just to cover everything and make sure that we have a full understanding in the community on what we're here for. What Ascendancy is here for, what Bankroll Solutions is here for, and then how DART is being tied into the entire corporation. Pretty much to be another part of the puzzle piece of making the large picture. We see a lot of potential in it and how it could benefit our community. And this is definitely going to be an exciting year, guys. I have a really good feeling for it. So, had a really easy trade today. We were in and out in no time. But you guys have to understand it is very hard to get the same type of entries on the stream, especially whenever it comes down to seconds. If you're not in, you have your spread prices to worry about and swaps and everything else. So. Just know we're here to help you develop your analysis instead of giving you the trades. We're showing you how to hunt. You don't chase it, you hunt it. You wait for it to come to you. So by doing this, you're minimizing all of your risk that you're taking. We don't want any risk at all. We're waiting for the trades to come to us, and by our skills and development in the way that we're implementing the executions in our analysis, we're showing you the step-by-step on how to take that mindset into the market and use it wisely. Because it all comes down to discipline, patience, and confidence that your trade's going to go through. That's my wallpaper on my phone. Here we go. Be confident Trust your analysis, execute wisely, be patient, and the most important, secure the bag, because we do not want to sit there and watch the profits. That is the stupidest thing we can do. Don't worry about posting anything on Instagram. We don't need pictures of all of your profits unless it is in your history. This will mess you up. This is why we're not worried about promoting all your accounts on social media. We're nothing about that. We're not worried about how much you're making in a day. We're worried about your consistency on being able to analyze and execute and profit. Get the most out of the reward. We're not worried about that. That is going to hurt you so much by worrying about taking your own screenshot, posting anything on Instagram. You have to secure the bag. Take the profits. Stop watching it. It can then be used wisely on the next trade and or 3 trades from now on something else. Whatever else you decide to trade. Withdraw it if you want a bonus for the week. Congratulations. That's what the market comes down to. That main psychology. I'm actually going to pull it up right now. We're going to start going over all this stuff. All right, image. So this is our mastermind cycle. If you can overcome the cycle, this is what it comes down to. All right, are you guys able to see that on the stream? Can give a thumbs up or a number 1. All right, cool. All right, so we have our direction. We need the direction. All right, how can I? All right, number 1, the direction. We need to identify the direction of the market. This is going to give us our probabilities and the momentum identification. Next, we have entry. After we have the 2 support and resistance levels to know what we're looking at, if the candles are closing above a level of resistance or closing below a level of support, how are we going to enter? How are we going to enter the market on the retest? That's what we're looking for on the entry. 3, the analysis. You want to trust it. That is your strongest Probability right there is trusting your analysis. If you have the momentum and direction in your favor, then your analysis is going to play through. So the analysis is also going to give you and help you develop the plan. You're going to get an idea of where to set all of your mental stop losses and all of your mental take profit levels on percentages that you want to take out of each trade. You develop a plan. Once price gets there, what is it going to do? You want to ask yourself these questions. What is your plan? What are you going to do when price gets to a certain level? What are you going to do when price starts acting a certain way? If it starts moving a little faster, it moves a little slower. If it starts closing higher than you expected it to, what are you going to do? You develop that plan. So step 5, the risk. You want to know the risk that you're taking in each trade and minimize it. You want to minimize it as much as possible. Wait a little longer if you have to. And if you miss it, it's okay. It's okay. Tomorrow will come. Because that little amount that you did miss is crucial if you get in late. Because now you're still paying either higher swaps or the spread. The spread is not going to be enough for you to make that little extra profit you would have made, and you missed that little percentage it already moved that was crucial to adding to your reward. But you gained all of the risk. So you want to know, number 5, risk. 6, risk management. That little talk went on the risk management. You want to know how much you're going to manage and risk on each trade if you don't get the reward. And 7, if the trade isn't going your way, exit. Don't marry the trade. Don't worry about it. Don't sit there and cry of you not being able to make a successful trade. You probably didn't do number 3 right. You didn't have your analysis right. Or you're letting what you think is going to happen overtake what the market is actually doing. And you can't get over the fact that you are losing money. So you're going to stay in the trade. And then you're going to lose even more money. So you might as well just cut the ties right away whenever on your mental plan, oh, price started reversing more than I thought. Let me get out manually before the market actually takes more than I want it to. So now your down draw is tremendous and you don't even know if it's going to come back. Just cut the ties as soon as that first mental trigger is pulled. You can always get a better entry later on, but if you sit there in a trade, it's going to just drain your account. It's draining your equity. It's draining your margin. You need all of that to place new trades. So number 8, if the reward is given to you, take it. This is why our entire platform and everything on it says secure the bag. This is so that I can get the students and everyone following along to stop worrying about the profit potential and getting more and more and more and more and more, and get that greed factor out of your subconscious. Because we have fear and greed. If I can keep you confident in knowing how to analyze and execute and not be greedy, you'll be able to secure that bag and actually be a bankroller. We need to get this under control. We don't need more of the market. Tomorrow will come. We need to execute wisely now and get what the market gave us, because it doesn't owe us a single thing. We're just here in the market. We're just here. We're trying to put our money to work ourselves. The market's not doing it for us, and it's not here to pay us for sure. But if it did, we need to take it. It's up to us to press the red button and take it out. But the only way that our fundamentals can affect all of our students and everyone else trading's emotions on their money is presenting fear and greed. The news, all of these media accounts, that's all fundamentals that affects your emotions on what you think is going to happen in the market. And we've already proved it in one day. January 13th news, we posted it in the daily fundamental channel. Wednesday, January 12th. You can see from the point of the highest level of this week so far. Find it for you. Right here, we had two major USD news events, and they just so happened to both be positive, yet the USD went down over 1,000% in a day. Yet we had two very, very good news events come out. This is why fundamentals are only 20%. So if you were focused 80% on just those two news events that came out on Wednesday, January 12th, you missed out on 1,000% by doing the opposite thing. So this is why this is the only way they have the opportunity to affect your emotions, is by presenting fear and greed through news events. Thinking logically, this is a business of logic. This is what's going on. We can read it in the charts. But if you see, we caught this trade yesterday. Go on January 12th, we caught this trade because all we do is focus on that 80%. We might imply 20% because that does give us the upper hand, but these charts that I have at the bottom, all we have to do is look at GBP JPY, and if that looks kind of similar to what USD JPY is going to do, more than likely it's going to follow in suit, because those are correlated pairs. They move the same exact way. So you're taking your technicals, that 80% of your analysis, into the probability solving, and you can see what the market is going to do. You can work it all out and see what's the next spot that it's going to get to, where is my risk going to be, and where is my reward potential. Market's showing it to you. All you got to do is figure it out. And with our Bankroll Bootcamp in our Discord in the description below, you can find the bootcamp and get all of the lingo, the basics, and everything that we're talking about right now. You can get it. So for 1 month, our phase 1 members can get that. Phase 2, unfortunately, you were late for the DART giveaway entry. However, they presented that thing. Just go in the description below and go to the Bankroll join tab. So phase 1, you do have all of this in there. And just read through it. It's very, very simple. We keep it as simple as we possibly can so that we can break it down to the majority and have them follow along with us. If you are waking up, you're getting our notifications and everything between. All you have to do is click the button. It takes you straight to our Discord channel, and it blinks 3 times on exactly what I'm trying to get you to see. So it's easy. We make it as easy as possible, guys. You just have to follow along, be willing, be coachable. If you have any questions, you can always just ask us. We're here 24/7. This is what we do all of the time. So take advantage of it. While you guys who are here for DART, you have this opportunity to take and learn how to trade for yourselves and not not have just one token, not just one dart token. You could trade it for multiple other ones, but you can trade it strategically and know how to trade it. And this is what we're here for, guys. Just drop any questions you have in the channel, and we'll be sure to cover them. All right, I'm just doing my exports so that we can do our updates. Is January 13th, York session. Our info. All right, so we got gain, daily gain. All right, we got our updates done. And that'll pretty much be all, guys. I just wanted to walk you guys through what had happened this morning, how I executed, when I executed, based off of the 4-hour. As you can see, this 4-hour is still retesting all of these levels. It hasn't gone anywhere yet. It is Thursday, tomorrow is Friday, so we also can't expect the market to move that much more this week. It might come all the way back into our levels towards 115.0. Just to finish off the week and have some type of consolidation for more accumulation. But time will tell for sure. There's nothing that we can really do right now other than wait. If anything, we are looking at a resistance at 114.364 and 114.162. That's what we're looking at right now. Other than that, there is nothing else. It's headed back up to the resistance right now. So if you're still in, that is very unfortunate. And that means you didn't follow along with the market psychology. You should already have a plan. If you were getting in sells below or on our lower side towards 114.162, you should have already had some type of stop loss at 114.289. Just so that if this candle did decide to reverse, you had some type of protection over what it was going to do. Get some money bags in the chat. Get another round of applause for everybody. I want to thank everybody again for tuning in wherever you are in the world. We thank you all. You are all very important to this community and bringing us together as a family. Definitely give the team a lot of support. We talk about you guys all the time. And you're definitely the reason we base a lot of our decisions. We thank you all from the bottom of our hearts. Without you, we wouldn't be here. So I think that's going to conclude the stream for the day. It's 9:03. So we're already looking at the chart past our normal time. So I think we're going to conclude the stream there. And like I said, I really appreciate you guys tuning in. And you can always catch us on the next one. Refer to our previous streams as well to see, to kind of tie in everything we talked about today from yesterday's momentum on how it played in today's analysis. And you'll slowly start to catch up. We'll continue the streams, and there is a possibility we will not be streaming on Fridays or even be in the office, mainly because the market doesn't move like we need it to on Fridays because it's the end of the week. So that is just a team decision not to trade on Fridays, but always get a fresh start on Monday. So, you guys don't see us on Friday, we'll definitely be back Monday, and we cannot wait to see you all. Hope everyone has a great day. Catch you on the next one. Peace.